Let's talk about this. Oh God, where do I begin? Uh, this is my first time going live on YouTube. And it's my first time going over The Walking Dead, episode 4, Some Guy. An emotional episode. I can't even put it into words. That episode, that was a thrill ride. I I was thrilled. I got mad. I got sad. I laughed a couple times. Um yeah, you had Ezekiel. You had Ezekiel go through what he goes through. He motivates his people. He's overconfident, but he gives his followers some hope. And you see what happens to him and his followers. Following from the previous episode, from the last episode, you see what happens to him. He was buried underneath all the bodies that jumped in front of him to protect him from that gunshot, from that big ass gun that was shooting. And everybody around Ezekiel's dead. Everybody. Everybody around Ezekiel's dead. There's no one alive except Ezekiel, and it looks like he has a broken leg. He can't move on his own. Um, he's crawling away. He's trying his best just to survive. No Jerry, no Carol, no Shiva, nobody around him. It's just him. Then all of a sudden, there's some guy comes in and saves him. I don't know who that guy is, but he saves him. I also apologize for whoever didn't watch it, and I'm spoiling it for whoever didn't watch it. I hope you did watch it. But if you didn't, I recommend you come back to this video after you watch it. But you get the gist of what happened. You kind of saw that coming from the last episode. I mean, but then Ezekiel's on his own because some random guy just came up and killed the guy that was helping Ezekiel. Ezekiel is literally walking with his cane. He needs his cane to walk now. Then this guy, he looks like a discount Jim Carrey. He looks like a discount Jim Carrey with glasses. He looks creepy. His glasses were thicker than mine. I mean, goddamn. But yeah, he pretty much grills Ezekiel, tells him he's nothing. Says you're nothing without your followers. He's like, look, your followers are dead. They're still following you. He's like, you're nothing without the tiger. Without the tiger, you're nothing. Without your followers, you're nothing. Without all these people following you and giving you everything you want, without that, you're nothing. And maybe that stuck. Maybe that stuck with Ezekiel, and it looked like that guy pissed me off, and it looked like he was about to kill Ezekiel at one point. And at the time, I was wondering, I was like, why the hell are you keeping him alive? He's like, you want him to lead you to the sanctuary? Ezekiel don't want to do it. I don't know why you're, you're trying to force him to do it. He doesn't want to do it. And so it looks like he's finally gonna kill Ezekiel. And all of a sudden, Jerry comes in and saves the fucking day. He slices him in half like some mortal. It looked like a scene. It looked like a fatality in a Mortal Kombat video game. That's how Jerry killed that guy, with his axe. Then he's trying to help Ezekiel. Ezekiel and Jerry, they're working together. They're fighting the best they can. Jerry finally tells Ezekiel, "I thank you for being such a cool dude," and all that. And Ezekiel's like, um, he doesn't want to be called Your Majesty anymore. He doesn't want to be called Your Majesty, because Jerry's like, yeah, like come with me, follow me, Your Majesty. And Ezekiel's like, don't call me that anymore. And Carol's doing her thing. Carol is she is trying to get the guns. She's trying to stealth her way into it. She kind of does good. She kills a few of them. She kills a few guys, but they catch her. And it looks like they're gonna catch her, but they don't. Walkers ended up eating them, a few of them actually, and let's see, the last two they drove away because that big gun that they used to kill Ezekiel's men. I guess they have to constantly move this gun for whatever reason. They probably have to always move it just to prevent someone from getting it, like Rick or Daryl. Which eventually Rick and Daryl catch up to the Jeep that is driving away with the gun, and they take the guy out. Now they have the guns. Whatever they do with it, I don't know. But then here's where it gets sad. Here's where it gets sad. Um, Ezekiel is injured. He's with Jerry. He's with Carol. They come into this um like forest slash, it's like a, I want to say it's a swamp because of the way the walkers looked. They looked like they came out of a swamp. They looked like they were made out of clay. And Ezekiel is, I don't know, it's like he wants Carol and Jerry to leave him behind. Pretty much said, leave me behind, leave me, I'm slowing you down. Um, Ezekiel tries to fight off the walkers, pretty much these swamp walkers. He said, you know, go, I'll hold them off. And Jerry says, I'm not leaving you, you're my king. And then Ezekiel finally blurts out, I'm not your king. He says, I'm not. I ain't. He said, I ain't no king. He finally admits that. He finally blurts that out. I ain't no king. He said, I'm just some guy. Just like the title of the episode. I'm just some guy. And then out of nowhere, Shiva finally makes her appearance in the show. The whole episode, you don't see Shiva. Shiva's not with these. Shiva was never with Ezekiel this whole episode. She wasn't with Carol. She wasn't with Jerry. Shiva was by herself this entire episode. She wasn't. Well, the only time you saw Shiva was at the beginning. It was a flashback scene. It was Shiva, and that's when Ezekiel was giving his speech to his followers, motivating them and stuff. But until then, you didn't see Shiva. You didn't see Shiva at all until the very end. It was like 5 minutes left in the episode. It was like the most emotional 5 minutes I've ever seen. It was one of the most emotional moments I've ever seen because Shiva jumps in to save Ezekiel because Ezekiel is he's trying to stay off. He's trying to stay behind. He wants to fight. He's fighting off walkers, knowing he can't move. He can barely walk. And then Shiva is taking out walkers. She takes out a few of them, but they start to surround her. They start to surround Shiva to the point where they swarm her. It's like they're swarming her. It's like they're swarming her. She's surrounded. So Shiva's surrounded. Yeah, like there's no getting out. They literally had to jump her. They're crowding her. Like, and they kill her. They kill Shiva. Shiva is finally dead. Shiva's gone. No more CGI tiger. No more CGI tiger. And look in Ezekiel's eyes as he is forced to watch as his beloved tiger is getting ripped apart. They don't show Shiva getting ripped apart. They just show Ezekiel's face, his reaction to what he's seeing. Can you imagine? Well, I imagine the cost of that would be very high. If you were to kill a CGI tiger that way, I was wondering how they were gonna do that. It was pretty creative the way they did it. I just don't know. How the hell did Shiva know where Ezekiel was? Because Shiva wasn't there the entire episode. Even when Jerry and Ezekiel were up against the gate fighting off walkers, you didn't see Shiva. I kind of thought Shiva was going to come in at that moment. But she didn't. She came in at like the last 5 minutes of the show. And she ends up dying. And Ezekiel's the pain in his eyes as he's like, let me help her. He wanted to help her. But he couldn't. And at the end Ezekiel's just walking away from his group. He's walking away slowly. Not talking to anybody. Like he's disappointed. Like it's like he's disappointed in himself and his people. That's how it ended. Yeah, that was a very good episode, though. That was a very good episode. It was very emotional, very sad, but yeah, that's how it went. So guys, um, post your comments below. Let me know what you all thought of episode 4, Some Guy. I would love to know everyone's thoughts on that. I would love to know everyone's reaction to what we've seen tonight. And I will see all of you later. I just wanted to give my thoughts on the episode because I loved it so much. And who knows, maybe I'll do this more often if you want me to. Um, but yeah, okay. Airdon is out.